Now maybe? Let's see if that works. Now maybe? Let's see if that works. All right, that should be good there. Now maybe? Let's see if that works. All right, that should be good there. Let's go to a box real quick. All right, set that free package there. All right, party peeps. Now, we're going to get started here in these couple events, and I don't know how long the stream's going to go on. It all kind of depends on how everything shakes out in these events. But the two events that I'm playing right now are the chat timers. I am playing on the top left, random free by satellite on coinpoker.com. Highly recommend it. Here on the bottom, I'm playing on SWC Poker. And let me just confirm their website before I say anything. It's swcpoker.club. And it should take you to their website. I'm also logging into a couple other websites to see if I have anything else that may be worthwhile to join in on. But let's see here. That. All right. Check that. So the top left tournament we started off with, let's see, pull it over, see how many. Start off 280, we're down to 41. And the top three make it into the Red Moon 250 guaranteed. And then down here on the bottom, we're in the SWC 1000 Bitcoin Cash tournament. And first place is currently, wrong window. It's currently $360 free tournament here. So we're going to join in on that. Not a great river card for our hand against Cryptopher, which I like that name. That's pretty creative. but we do end up taking it down. I was going to call the one blind here. Oh, I for the nuts. We're going to go ahead and pump it up. Try to get a play out of somebody. I guess we'll go ahead and complete. I don't know. It said one, like it looked like it should already been. I don't know. Looked like the blind was already in, but I could definitely be wrong. Let's see here. Check this off. Checking my phone real quick here. Log it in there. We'll go ahead and bet 30% of the pot, see into 4 people, see what we can accomplish with this bet here. So, all right. Check it off with the intent on check calling here, if need be, against Cryptopher. See what Cryptopher has in mind. Bets 10. It's either one of those. He has nothing or he has a queen. That's a toughie. It's gonna go ahead and fold it. There's 3x here, coin poker on the cutoff here with ace-10 offsuit. Pick up a nice premium ace-queen offsuit on SWC. Magic with his hand. Maybe we can. We flopped nothing, but I'm going to go ahead and put this guy all in because he's only got a little over 1.5 blinds. I'm going to raise it up here. There's a lot of limping going on in this SWC tournament. Like, I really haven't seen anybody raise any hands yet, so that's kind of interesting. So now Cryptopher decides to raise it. Ooh, that's brutal. I think with Cryptopher, I think I was probably gonna shove on him. But now that it's been 4-bet, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down. I'm probably behind somewhere. And if I'm not, at least I'll have some idea. Wow. I would have been so very far ahead. At least my read on Cryptopher was correct. However, I really didn't have much information on this guy, and I don't know why he decided to 4-bet it with the hand that he had. That's sad. That's an omen right there. Now I know that I'm not going to cash or anything in this because that was my one chance, I guess. Oh well, what can you do? We'll check that. No. Yeah. I used my discovery boxes for this. It was just on Monday. So bizarre. Oh well. So bizarre. We're gonna pick up 10s. Nice semi-premium hand here. Let's see how many people are still left in this bad boy. We've got 22 out of 26 for a place still sitting at $380. I'm going to go ahead and raise it up here, 3.2x. Let me pick up pocket tens. Or a C bet, especially against Cryptopher here. He might shove just because of his stack says, oh, he just smooth calls it. And the 8, not a great card coming out for my hand, but I think it's probably going to suit me better than an overcard. I'll check behind for pot control. Completes a lot of straights, a lot of flushes. And at least it's not an overcard. I guess that's, I mean, like the aces, diamonds would have been like this really frustrating card. He might bet pot here. If he does, I'm probably just going to call him. He's really thinking it over here. I wonder what he's doing, what he's thinking about here. 15 seconds left to act. I bet he either bets 18, 19, or 19, or just checks. Yeah, just checks. And he thought about it. He thought about betting the river there. But like that 9 only really beats a bluff because it doesn't beat an overpair, obviously. It doesn't beat the straight, doesn't beat the flush. Doesn't beat an 8. There's not a whole lot he can do right there in that situation. So big one SIS pot. And we are just going to fold that. These eights deuce, I don't. What an interesting name, Hassan, Alabama. Man, I wonder if that's like his real name. If it is, it has to be one of the most bizarre names ever because you got Alabama, which I've never heard anybody named Alabama, and then you got Hassan. Maybe his name is Hassan. He lives in Alabama. Who knows? I try to decrypt people's screen names sometimes, and it really just doesn't do many favors. 10-6 in the small blind. This hand will be going absolutely nowhere. We're at 26, but only the top 3 matter. We're sitting in 12th place right now here. So not a whole lot of excitement. I guess we'll complete. I mean, that's about the only situation. We had 2 people bet in front. We complete. What can you do? All right, 5 thieves suited, fold. Not going to draw the gut shot there. All right. We got King Jack suited from up front. I'll go ahead and raise it just because why not? Why not? We got a bunch of folds, Queen 9 suited. I'm not going to call with as much as I want to from the button against this on Alabama. I don't have much money, so. He checks, only got to bet 60. J007, call, king. He's got 4 high. That's a winner. Boom. Beautiful. Sitting pretty. Go and fold that. Sitting in second chip position so far, so that's good. All right. Let's see. Oh gosh, 43% of my frames. What the hell's going on with that? I'm going to go ahead and shove. I only have 15 bigs, almost 15 bigs, so I'm just going to jam it in there with my hand. Take it down, which is perfectly fine. So we're sitting here. Let's move this down. I guess keep it right here. This looks like that spot's going to fit and not block my hands. Queen town the big blind. So we're sitting Beto. I'll call with Queen 8 because this guy's probably got a pretty big range with, or he can have aces. A 9 would be all right though. A 9 or an ace. Not a 1. That's right. Double third. Spo. Oh yeah. Check the big here. Take a flop. We'll flop complete air. We'll complete here for half a big. Flop a pair. Just gonna go and check it. Check there. If like a jack or 9, an 8, something had come down on the turn here on the table, I probably would have bet it with the aces. Too likely to have hit somebody's range. Well, there was not a raise pre-flop, so I think checking it down, maybe calling a bet of 1 or 2 bigs will. I might be able to pick this pot up. So probably checks behind here. Yeah. Oh, I win. Perfect. Picked up some pot. I picked a little bit of value out of that pot. Perfect. Best pot here, Christopher. I'm going to call him. See what he has. He had pots of 4s, yeah. Welcome to the stream, Dark Store, Kobe, and Ishmael. Yeah, this is interesting so far. We're now down to 18, so we're down to 3 tables. Only half of the final table, so only 3 are going to end up making the money. I'll complete here. I like completing. When people like limp like this, I like completing because you're usually getting, at this point I'm getting 6 to 1 on my money. Actually 6.5, 7. We'll call it like 7.5, 8 to 9 on my money. I'm sorry, 7.5 to 8 on my money. And there's really no hand that's that big of a dog. As long as you can afford it. There's a lot of limping. Now, I've only been playing this SWC site again for a week. I played on it years ago. It has not grown that much. It has grown, but not to a great deal. They've got a lot of nice free rolls on there, so I highly recommend people, if you're looking to free roll it, that might be the site for you for a couple reasons. Number one, the free rolls are good value, but also number two, the fields are not that big. Like on America's Card Room, you're going to be going through 1 to like 4,000 people on a free roll. And that's tough. Even a really good player is going to have a hard time yielding fast or consistent results with that large of a field. However, if you're playing against on SWC, and like right now, we're playing in like the biggest free roll of the day, probably the weekend, maybe. Not that familiar, but it's a nice free roll, really great value. And you've only got 60 people, and I'm sorry, it's not 60. You've got, how many people joined? 35 joined right now, and we're fourth in chips. That's a fantastic value, especially when 6 are getting paid right now. So you've got 15% of the field getting paid. That's fantastic. Absolutely a great value too to make some money. Especially when you've got um, like the first place on most of the ACR ones, which usually like the biggest free roll you ought to run into, the ACR, you're making like $8 or $9 if you win it. And I've managed to win some. I won one like 3-4 weeks ago, like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I haven't played in all that many. But I managed to win a pot limit Omaha one 4 or 5 weeks ago, and that was nice. But $8 and $9, I won like 860 or something like that. It's not like a tremendous amount of money. It really isn't. But worth something. Well, here I'm like super short, and I really didn't notice that. I didn't notice I was down to 7.5 bigs, so I'm gonna have to be looking for a situation to be able to shove. That would not have been it. If I'd flopped a pair, I probably would have shoved the flop, but all I had was a gutter. If it's folded around to me, I'm going to shove on Pope. But if Hassan decides to raise it here, I'm going to fold and just wait. Because the ante is only a quarter of the big blind. And so it's not going to devastate my stack over here. I'll lose one big blind over before the blinds get back to me. So I'll have to find some hand here to shove with. And this is going to be it depending on the action in front of me. Hassan's probably going to raise again. The big blind has a nice. They both have nice high stacks. The big blind has a really great stack. I am going to just go ahead and shove. Is this still registering? Is the answer. I don't think so. Oh, ace queen. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that stinks. It's all right. We'll fold. We'll exit that. We do have another tournament on that website starting here in another 6 minutes. So stay tuned for that. Right now I'm on a VPN, which sucks because it's making my ACR download so slow. And actually, I want to look and see, are there any 888 poker tournaments? If there are not, I'll just close my VPN. Those of you wondering why I'm on a VPN, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about it because it's just not really, it can be really confusing and complicated for people. And I'll wait to a different episode to dive into that. I don't know why that popped up. See, is there anything exciting coming up? Nope. No freebie roll. Play one more for the. All right, there we go. America's Card Room. I mean, America's Card Room's got like the best, I'd say, overall, like events to get into besides like Poker Stars. Oh, clicked on the wrong one. Like they've got this weird event that I just like watched like the little bit of an intro on, and it's like 12 packages to Las Vegas for like some tournament, which is cool. I mean, that would be fantastic. I've always wanted to win one. That's always been like a dream of mine. I've not tried nearly as much to try to win one of those as I probably could and should have over my life. There's still plenty of time left. I mean, that would be one of those like just life-changing events to be able to get, a free package or discounted package depending on it to go down and play in Las Vegas or some other country, whatever the case may be. I mean, that's fantastic. And we'll join that. I got to figure out the password, isn't this? There is an ACR radio event. I just got to figure out what the password is. The On Tilt Radio password. The 1 seat guarantee. Let's see here. There we go. Perfect. It starts in 2 minutes. So will the other event that we're in. I'm actually going to exit out of that. Load up Black Chip. If you guys are interested, I'm going to maybe actually do a stream. Welcome to the stream, Alysso. I'm going to do a video series, or at least, like a couple long streams, on a Sunday. I've actually got a vacation, if everything works out correctly, here in another month. Yeah, in a month. And then I'll have a whole week. We'll be able to do some videos. But I want to do a video series to show you guys like a daily, like maybe like a 3-day breakdown, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, of just free events, and show you guys the opportunities you can have to win some money for free, which is partially what this video is about, but it's just kind of a smaller snippet. It's all about free rolls. And free rolls are kind of dual for me. So I struggle sometimes with free rolls because when you're not investing your own money and you've got such a long shot, often to win a nice but like an unimportant, unengaging prize amount, it's difficult. Like why most people don't want to wade through, a couple thousand people to try to win $5. That's just not everybody's idea of a good time. But at the same time, it's like, if you're just starting out, you've never played poker for real money besides maybe playing with your friends, you've never played online, it's a great way to get in. And if it's like you don't want to risk any money or you don't have any money you can risk, it's a great opportunity to be able to get in there and make some money, or at least get some experience. It's a huge piece of it. So we've got the 1 seat guaranteed to the 30,000 guaranteed on Tilt Radio event here. So let's pull up this lobby. I'll show you guys what we're looking at. So right now we've got 83 people, and that is going to get a lot bigger. I would expect several hundred people in this event. And the prize right here, let's see if we can pull it up. We've got a satellite to the Sunday $30,000 guarantee tournament, which, let me see if I can pull it up on here. Oh, ticket two. Oh, so that actually has. I didn't realize On Tilt actually had its own like Sunday tournament. I should pull it up. I'd have to change all. Well, maybe I will. I'll change all my filter settings here. We'll call the 1x raise with ace nine suited from the small. Check it. So let's see. We got On Tilt radio. We'll switch it out of this. Check here. Check fold there. Nice. On Royal Flush Radio has a $1,000 guaranteed 5-year anniversary celebration. A handful of people in it. Unfortunately, it costs money, and I don't have any money on the site. But the weekly radio buy-in Sunday. There we go. On Tilt. Wake up call. That's not what I want. I don't understand why I want to bring that up. Let's look. Why I want it added. Good luck on the field. Once you guarantee in the PLO 8 max. Well, the 8 max, not PLO 8 or better. Don't be confused by that. So once it's the guaranteed, once the guaranteed free buy, $30,000 guaranteed. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with that. Can't find where like that second tournament is. Maybe it's just not up yet. That's certainly a possibility. Free roll. Maybe it'll show us here Sunday. Nope, Sunday on the rake. Yeah, it might just be up yet. So, oh well. I'll go ahead and raise it up with this hand. Why not? Let's get in there and mix it up. I'm gonna need to check my settings here. Fold that. The bot. Yeah, I'm gonna need to change my bot settings for sure. We're gonna fold the Jack 7 suited. And we're gonna pick up a gutter here at the backdoor flush, which is absolutely zero hand in Omaha. So we're not gonna put any money in this pot. Not unless we jolly check. Oh, that's definitely a fold. So this tournament that we just joined here on the top left, 142 people so far, and it's another 3 free entries into the Red Moon 250, which starts in another hour and a half. Guaranteed prize pool of $250. Should be nice. Get into that event. Pocket sixes. We got 2 callers. Middle position here. I mean, I'm definitely calling the 33, the third of a big blind. Jesse's the one I need to be worried about, but I do have position, so there's at least some benefit. I'm gonna take a small stab at it, 1/3 pot. See, does he want to be a part of this? Just check it off. Maybe he's got a club draw. Yep. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up right there. I was excited. I was planning on just calling this 1x raise, but now it's been 3-bet to 4x, which is pretty weak. But it's not much of a hand for me, so just gonna fold it off, keep on trucking. Yeah, late registration is definitely close on this. So we were down to, let's remember, we're down to 16. I was sitting 5th at 16 and 6 get paid. So I mean, we're in pretty good shape. We're kind of, we'd always want more chips, but we're right where we want to be to really make a run at this. Fold that off here. I'll call here for like the 1.5 bigs, and then I'll get punished by my loose play. So tomorrow, guys, depending on how my schedule shakes out, I got some other stuff going on, but there's a good chance I'll put together a nice little stream either tomorrow and or Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that as well. Pull off the ace deuce offsuit, just not worth playing it. Pick up the king 10. So we don't have another event for several hours on Coin Poker. I'm not sure what's going on with their free rolls, because normally they have a free roll just about every hour, except for like 7 and 8 p.m. hour for my time zone. But otherwise, they're usually in pretty good shape. But there's like a huge gap, a couple of huge gaps today on their free rolls. Maybe they're just doing some different events. I'm not quite sure. But then we've got here in another 50 minutes, we've got a nice event starting on ACR. We've got the PLO, just standard, like every 2-hour free roll. We'll fold our gutter. I'll put some pressure on Walter here and see what Walter wants to do. He's going to go ahead and call, and I'm going to go ahead and bet here. Let's see what Walter wants to do. He calls. I'm going to bet again. He's short. I'm short, but I don't know if for this pot. A lot of people will flat the flop and then fold the river turn. Not really sure why. It seems to be a lot of that going on, especially on Coin Poker, where I'll bet the flop with like nothing, with complete air. They all have air, but they call the flop for some reason. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. We've got, well, that. Well, we'll call the half just because our hands can flop some nuts. They can flop some broadways. That's about it. That's about the strength of our hands are broadways. So now we're just going to let it go. Half a big? Sure. Another 3 1/4 out of position. No, thank you. Fold that. We're going to continue to grind the hypo turbo here on the top left, and then we've got like regular turbo on black chip. And then down here, the tournament that I really want to do well on is the SWC tournament. That's the big one for me. This is the one I focused on trying to win. And I'm sitting at 20 bigs, which is not great. I'm 8th of 15 remaining players with 6 getting paid. So really, we're looking at 1.5 times the pay field remaining. So we're going to be getting short here. What have we got going? We'll check it here. 8-6. Check. Check it again. I'm just going to go and pop this. This being in on the button, folded to the button. I've got a double suited hand. Really, the strength of my hand is going to be a lot of the ace jack spades. Fold this. Check it. So I flop a flush draw, a straight draw, and turn the nut flush. So I'm going to go ahead and bet here and see if I can get him to lay it down. He doesn't, and I brick the river. So that'll be a quick check. And I'm going to complete the small, but then brick the flop. Over here, I turn a gut shot, but I'm not going to pay the C because I only have 6 left. So now I'm going to be in the same position I was in earlier in the other event. I'll be looking for just a situation to try to do something. So we got Jack 8 suited. We're going to fold it just because of this bet up here, but we pick up a decent hand down the SWC table. Ace 10 suit, offsuit. We got an early position raise. We're out of position. I haven't really seen like what. See if I can figure out what this guy has been showing. Has he shown any hands? Played King 3. He's played Deuce 7. He's played a lot of hands. So even though we're out of position, we're still gonna do this. And I'm gonna go ahead and bet out. I'm gonna donk bet it as we'd call it here on the flop and see if my donk bet may get my buy a flop a straight, draw, whiff it. This guy makes a flush. Good for him. And I'm eliminated on this bad boy. That's okay. Not real worried about that. Binks is really thinking about it. If he calls, I'm going to muck my hand just because. All right. We're going to pick up Queen 7 suited, small blind. Important thing to look about here, I'm sure this guy's going to play it, but I've got the big blind is sitting out. But I'm just going to go ahead and muck it. Like, I'm really tempted if it gets folded around to me to go ahead and call and then shove if I hit any type of a flop. And I'm just going to go all in here because I have another buy into this tournament if I want to. And I lose that, but I'm going to go ahead and close this, which is fine. And we're going to go ahead and open America's Card Room. Let's see here. What we got? All right, and we're here. See how we're looking. We got 23 bigs, so we're actually decent sized stack here. We only have 11 bigs down here, which is fine. The blinds are 75, 150. Now we have 11 bigs. King 10. That's a pretty good hand. The hand that's worthy of shoving here if it gets folded over to us on the cutoff, especially since we have one person sitting out. We got a short big blind. Really, the only thing we have to worry about is Zar, but he's playing so many hands. So many hands. I'm just going to go ahead and shove because this limper, Binks has played a lot of hands too, so I think if I just shove, I'll take down the pot. I mean, if Binks calls, we'll gamble, but I don't foresee him calling. So we picked that up. We picked up we pick up 3 blinds, which is nice. We're down to 13 people. So roughly half the remaining field is going to get paid, and we're sitting 8th. So not quite in the money field yet, but we got time and some chips to work with. We got a shove here from Barley Dog with 4 bigs, a re-raise to 58, which is going to set the whole table. And the rest of the Azard and Binks if they call. I don't see Binks calling, but Azard, I can see Azard calling. Azard will turn up something like 6-4, 6-5 suited or something like that. I don't know, he folds. 8-10 versus 7s. 7s are way ahead, and they win it. Good for that. So now we're down to exactly 12. So exactly half the field is going to get paid, and the other half will be SOL. We've got 13 bigs to play with. So we're sitting 8th, a little below the halfway mark. How many levels of late registration do we have left on the America's Card Room tournament? So 5 levels. We'll get like 300 people on a guess if I had to guess. Sorry, that was my alarm to get ready for the next free roll that's on SWC. Let me make sure that I am registered for that bad boy. Yeah, I'm registered for it. Be ready to go. All right. What happened? I looked away and Azard, like, had next to no cards. Oh, he ended up getting snapped off. Oof. It's brutal. And I was going to go ahead and open shove, try to get everybody to fold. Azard probably was going to call it 3 blinds, but we'll see what Joker Poker wants to do. I mean, he can afford it, but if he only has like ace queen, oof. Wow, okay. But he's going to call and just dink it off and crush me. Oh, that's depressing. So depressing. What can you do? Well, I still got 10 minutes for the other tournament to start. So I'm going to take a short little break here. I'll probably start the stream here in a minute. But in the meantime,